Today's episode, what a real delegation department looks like. All right, this year, 2026, America turns 250 years old, 250 years of independence. And if you think about it, that's exactly what the founders of this country were building. Not just freedom from something, freedom to build something, a structure, a system, a way of operating that did not depend on one person holding everything together. Sound familiar? Here's what nobody in the business world has ever said out loud before. Most companies offer assistance. Most companies offer tools. Companies call it delegation, but nobody before Bottleneck ever named what it actually was missing: the delegation department. Not because people were not feeling the pain of not really having one, but because nobody had named it yet. Today, we name it. And just like in 1776, once you name the thing you are fighting for, everything changes. So let's go ahead and open the desk. Welcome back to the Delegation Desk Show. This is the show for founders who are tired of being the engine behind everything in their business. You built something real, you figured it out, you put in the hours, and you kept going even when it got hard. And now you're here, running a business, leading a team, serving clients, but something still feels off because even though things are working, you're still in the middle of everything. You're approving, answering, reviewing, following up. You are the hub, and everything still runs through you. I am Jaime Jay, and today we are going to change how you see delegation forever. Not delegation as a task, not delegation as a wish, but delegation as a department, a real, structured, operational department that runs without you in the middle of it. This is the episode I've been building toward. Let's see what landed on the desk. Okay, here's what landed on the desk this week. A founder reached out and said something that stopped me cold. He said, I've tried hiring assistants before. It never sticks. And I knew exactly what he meant because most founders do not have a delegation strategy. They have a hiring habit. They feel overwhelmed, so they hire someone, they dump tasks on that person, things kind of work for a while, then communication breaks down, the founder steps back in, rinse and repeat. This is not a delegation. This is a controlled chaos with extra steps. The real challenge is not finding the right person. The real challenge is not having the right structure. Without structure, even the best assistant in the world can't support you. They have no framework to operate in. They have no system to follow. And they have no way to know what done looks like. And so they default to asking you constantly, which means you're right back in the middle of everything. Here's the shift you need to make. Stop thinking about hiring help. Start thinking about building a department. A delegation department is not a person, it's a system with people inside it. It has a role or roles, and it has workflows. It has communication standards. It has clarity at every level. And when it's built right, it runs without you, holding it all together. And that is why we are building today. That is what we are building today. And speaking of building, let's talk about who is on the desk. Today's candidate is an AI-fluent social media manager and marketing coordinator. And this role sits at the intersection of creativity, technology, and business growth. Because today, marketing isn't just about posting content, it's about creating systems that consistently attract attention, generate leads, and drive results. This candidate has experience in AI-assisted marketing operations, digital marketing coordination, website management, and content publishing. Stephen P. here Also is good at SEO and GEO, generative engine optimization, and email marketing automation. Tools include ChatGPT, Zapier, AI app builders, HubSpot, Go High Level, MailChimp, SendGrid, WordPress, Google Analytics, Google Search Console, Google Ads, and Meta Ads. But here's what stood out. This candidate understands that AI is not just a replacement for marketing. It's an amplifier because content alone doesn't create growth. Strategy creates growth. Consistency creates growth, and systems create growth. And what makes this candidate valuable is his ability to combine marketing fundamentals with modern AI tools. Stephen understands how to streamline workflows, how to improve content production, and how to optimize website for visibility, and how to support data-driven decision-making through analytics and automation. That matters more than most businesses realize because the goal is not to work harder on marketing. The goal is to build marketing system that works smarter for you. And when technology, strategy, and execution come together, a business again is something every founder wants. More visibility, more efficiency, and more opportunities for growth. Let's go ahead and move that file to the completed stack. Let's check out the delegation download. So let me walk you through what a real delegation department actually looks like, because I get a lot of questions on this and because most founders have never seen one, not because they're behind, but because nobody ever built it out in front of them. A delegation department is not one person doing everything. It's a set of clearly defined roles or a role, and each one owning a specific lane of the business. For instance, the executive assistant owns your time and communication, calendar, inbox, scheduling, follow-ups, internal coordination. A project coordinator could own workflow, task tracking, deadlines, communication between teams, completion signals, what action needs to occur in order for everybody involved in that task to know that task has been completed. So it takes away the words or the question, hey, where are we at on this, right? We've all said that at some time or other. The success manager owns client relationships, onboarding, check-ins, retention, consistency. And the bookkeeper owns the financial workflow, like invoicing, reconciliation, and reporting, financial accuracy. The customer service representative owns the front line, the first responses, the support tickets, client satisfaction, issue resolution. Each role has a lane. Each lane has ownership, and each person knows exactly what done looks like in their lane. Now add 3 more layers on top of that. Workflow manuals. Every recurring task is documented. Nothing lives only in someone's head. Completion signals. Every task has a clear signal when it's finished. No chasing, no guessing, weekly syncs, short, focused check-ins where the team aligns, surfaces anything that needs attention, and keeps momentum going. That is the structure. When all of that is in place, the founder doesn't need to be in the middle of operations anymore. They can lead, think, sell, build. That's the whole point. And I want to be really clear on this. In a delegation department, you can have one leader running that, whether that's an executive assistant, a success manager, a bookkeeper. They can actually lead that delegation department because the fundamental understanding of what a delegation department is documenting all the tasks and open lines of communication so that there's less turnover and you work with this person for a longer period of time than traditional measures. The other thing is that you can scale this delegation department. So as your business grows and you're looking for various responsibilities that may not fit into, say, an executive assistant role, you can add on to that. So you can build these delegation departments. You can have your own customer service. You can have your own executive assistant, your bookkeeper, your success manager, your project manager, all of that, your social media manager. They can all be a part of this delegation department. But just because you have a delegation department doesn't mean you need to hire 6 people. You can have a delegation department with 1. I just want to make that super clear. Okay, so let's go on to the category corner. Delegation intelligence is not a strategy, it's a department. Most founders think that they have a delegation strategy when they hire an assistant. What they actually have is a temporary fix for a structured challenge. The challenge, it's not people. It's not thinking that the people that you're trying to delegate to don't understand what you're talking about. It's an architecture challenge. And when operations are built on one person holding everything together, the business is fragile. When operations are built on a structured department with clear roles, documented workflows, and reliable signals, the business becomes resilient. And that is the difference between hiring help and building a department. Hiring helps adds capacity. Building a department creates architecture, and architecture is what gives a founder their freedom back. Not freedom from the business, freedom inside the business, the ability to think clearly, to lead well, to focus on the work that actually gives you the energy you need. Most founders have been carrying the weight of operations for so long, they forgot what it feels like to put it down. A delegation department lets you put it down, not all at once, not overnight, but piece by piece, role by role, system by system, until one day you step back and you realize the business kept moving without you. That is delegation intelligence at work. And that is not better. And that is not better than what other companies offer. It's different, radically different, because nobody else is building this department, only Bottleneck. You do not build freedom by hiring help. You build freedom by building a department. So let's go ahead and check out what's coming across the desk. Next week, we're talking about the hidden cost of rework. And this one is going to be hit close to home because every founder knows the feeling. You explain something once, it comes back wrong. You explain it again, still not right. So you just do it yourself because you don't have the time and you can do it a lot quicker yourself. That cycle is one of the most expensive things happening inside your business right now. Not expensive in terms of money you can see on a report, expensive in terms of time, energy, and momentum you can never get back. And next week, we're going to break down exactly why rework happens, what it is actually costing you, and how a delegation department eliminates it as the source. We will also feature an executive assistant candidate because this is the role that turns repeat headaches into reliable systems. And if you have ever caught yourself saying, I already told them how to do this, or it's faster to just do it myself, you'll not want to miss this episode. Rework is not a people challenge, it's a process challenge. And next week, we're going to show you how to fix it. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. Okay, so before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. You don't need more help. You need more structure. There's a big difference. Help is temporary. Structure is lasting. Help responds to fires. Structure prevents them. Help fills gaps. Structure closes them. A delegation department is not a luxury for big companies. It's the most practical thing a growing founder can build. Because the only way to scale without burning out is to build a system that scales with you. Not people who depend on your direction for every decision, but a department that runs on clarity, ownership, and consistent process. That's what Bottleneck builds, and that is why Delegation Intelligence makes this all possible. We built a free assessment called the Delegation IQ Blueprint. It shows you exactly where your operations are breaking down and what a real delegation department would look like inside your business. It helps you identify the bottlenecks. You'll find the link below. If this episode helped, subscribe. If you're done being a bottleneck in your own business, take the assessment and remember this: hiring is not the answer. Structure is. Build the department, clear the chaos, and now I'm going to hand it over to our wonderful producer, Jeff, who's going to bring us home for this episode. And I'll see you next week. Same desk, same time.
All right, so we are at episode 10, and who would might think that we'll reach this level because, every topic that Jamie is discussing with our Delegation Desk show is really fruitful. You will learn a lot from that. And I myself learn a lot too. And, what really hit me in this episode is that for the longest time, most of us, including founders, have been thinking about delegation as a person problem. Find the right assistant, find the right hire, find the right support, find the right people. But what Jamie talked about today is something completely different. It's about building a system that doesn't depend on any one person. Working with Jamie behind the scenes every day, I've seen how much easier work becomes when roles are clear, ownership is defined, and everybody knows what done looks like because everyone in the team knows the steps, knows the process, knows the workflow, and knows what's happening inside before we even reach this episode or creating this episode for our show. So whether it's producing this one or managing content or creating projects with the project coordinators and the team, coordinating with each and every team member or supporting day-to-day operations, clarity removes so much unnecessary friction. So I'm just curious, what is the one area in your business that still depends too much on you? And if you could hand off one responsibility tomorrow to anyone in the team with complete confidence, what would it be? We would really love to hear your answers in the comments. Put down your comments in anywhere you are, in Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, wherever you're watching these episodes. Feel free to put your answers, type in your comments, any improvements that you wanted to add, or any topics that you might want to discuss with our show. Feel free to put them in the chat, and don't forget to click that notification bell in our YouTube channel. So wherever you wanted to learn or grow and build your business, will be there too. And if you're ready to stop hiring for relief and start building real operational freedom, head over to bottleneck.online/let's dash talk, or click the link in the description down below so that you can follow us in all of our channels wherever we are or whichever platform you prefer to be in. And we'll show you what a delegation department could look like inside your business. So thanks for spending your time today with us. See you again next week, same time, same desk. Bye for now.